Hey guys, Jeremy here with Simple Life. One little thing that's been talked about like crazy on Instagram is the Instagram ban on anyone who's interested in knives, knife making, and even blacksmithing. It's kind of frustrating. I mean, I avoided the bans for a long time, but now I can't get out. The appeals don't work. Literally images. The one that keeps coming up is when we did the last build along, I did a post where I shared knives that you guys made. Just knives, like flat lay photography, a knife sitting on a bench. And it gets flagged because it's against the community guidelines. But their community guidelines don't show it. It's not against their guidelines. But I do believe is a very decisive attack against knife makers. And yet Zuckerberg, he goes and makes a katana and cuts things with it. But the platform of Instagram is based on, it's purely an advertising platform, more so even than YouTube in my opinion. And Instagram relies on people like you, people like me, to share what we're doing that might be interesting to other people in hopes that other people will sit there and kind of like, hey, that's cool. And while they're looking through their different people they know on Instagram, Instagram inserts a boatload of advertisements. Too many, obviously. Like it's gotten absolutely out of control. And it feels like they're themselves as a platform, like are they trying to end their platform? The thing with Instagram that I've started to do, and this is, I just don't know what we can do about it, right? I mean, it's their platform. They can do what they want. They're entitled to, and I understand that fully. But I'm going to make sure that I have as much control over my interaction on Instagram as I possibly can. And their defaults give Instagram a lot of control. So what you should have done anyways, and if you haven't by now, turn off suggested content, turn off recommended or personalized ads, because they'll basically look at your demographic, where you live, your hobbies, your interests, and they'll customize ads for you. Now, those ads are worth more than some generic ad. Also, turn off location services. Now, they still will use your ISP address and get a general vicinity of where you are, but I've gone a step further and I've used a VPN so that I could set my location to Florida. And in this situation, say if there was a company that was having a big event in Florida, and they were like, oh, this guy's this age, he's in this location, let's go ahead and give him an ad for this event that we're gonna have. Well, it's obviously useless. It's lost on me. I'm in Calgary, I'm not going to Florida for some event that I found out about on Instagram. And so by doing this, we can devalue the ad program on Instagram. And if every single knife maker, knife enthusiast did this, would it make a difference? I don't know the answer to that question. My inkling is like, no, not a chance. I posted this on Instagram about half an hour and I've gotten a lot of response and feedback. And again, it was probably not going to make a big difference. At the same time, sometimes you never really know how big of an impact you can have. A lot of big movements in society that have changed things for the better started out with a couple people doing something. Maybe it seems small, but maybe it grew. So I just want to share this with you guys. My account on Instagram is like stagnant. I've been at like 20,000 followers for, I want to say 2 years, like literally just. So share this here. If you'd like, you could go follow me on Instagram. Link in the description. But I kind of want to open this up. If we as a group of people who are just sharing things we're passionate about, we're not inciting violence, we're not doing bad things with knives, we're just making knives, sharing processes of knives, sharing pictures of knives. But if we come together as a group, instead of the approach of just whining and complaining and being, oh, Instagram, and I get that. I feel that way myself also often, but that isn't fruitful. So if we come together, and I'd love to challenge you all watching this, I'm going to keep working on it. What are some things that we can do that we could change this? I'm not sure. But if every single person who's interested in knives, knife making, did the things that I talked about, disable personalized ads, turn off the cross-platform things so that they can't see what you've looked at on Google, they can't see what you've been perusing on Amazon, then those companies don't sell the ads, don't pay for the ads. So it's like, oh, like before I did this, I would look at a product on Amazon. A few minutes later, I'd scroll Instagram and that product came up as an ad. Now those ads are more expensive than just some generic ad for some whatever. And so if those ads aren't going to be shown, we can devalue the ad platform on Instagram. And I honestly wonder if every single person who's interested in hunting, fishing, camping, knives, knife making, blacksmithing, did this and limited the personalized ads that come to us, I don't know. It would be neat if it could be enough to get their attention so that we could just say, listen, can't we just go back to the way that it was? If we post ads that incite violence, that have, not wholesome content, absolutely, just shut the account down. Like, don't even worry about strikes or not sharing. And for some of the other stuff that they share, that they get away with sharing, come on. It is absolute hypocrisy. And I don't know. I truly believe that if we all say, listen, let's figure this out. I don't know what the right answer is. This is one little step that I'm going to take, but I just want to put this out there to maybe get you thinking about it. If you care, if not, that's fine. But I think this is something we can get around. You know what I mean? I think this is it. This is something we just need to figure out how. Anyways, got lots of videos coming out. I'm working on quite a few videos right now. I'll give you a little sneak peek just so that this isn't entirely a talking, no, this is just a entirely talking head. So I did a sheep's foot EDC. I did a couple of them in Damascus. And I don't work with Damascus much, but I love the idea of this blade not having scales on it. So you get to enjoy this entire piece of steel in its entirety all over the knife. This is pre-heat treat. I just did a quick test etch. And I'm doing a little vlog style video on this one. I've also got a secret project. It's behind me. I don't know if you probably shouldn't see it because it's collaboration that's this close to being done. Anyways, folks, I hope you're having a fantastic day. And we'll talk to you in the next video. Cheers.